Panama is in the heart of the Americas, a narrow strip of land nestled between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, just a 1 hour car ride to cross from one coast to the other. Because of this geographical advantage, Panama has been a path of transit, trade, and opportunities.
From the Spanish that crossed the Gulf from South America to Europe, the French and Americans that led the world-famous Panama Canal project, and the many workers that traveled from China, Africa, and the Caribbean island to help build it, immigrants from many different cultures, Italians, Greek, Cubans, Lebanese, Israelis, Venezuelans, Colombians, among others, have chosen Panama as their home and thus influence and shape our gastronomy. This is A Taste of Panama in a one-day journey.
We begin our morning tour at Café Unido with a cup of coffee. But not just any coffee. Panamanian specialty coffee is world-renowned for its excellent quality. Most precious and exotic coffee beans grow in our country. A rare variety known as geisha. Geisha traveled from the Geisha village in Ethiopia, arriving in the highlands of Panama in the 1960s, where it found the perfect microclimates and terroir to grow successfully and produce the most expensive coffee in the world. Geisha coffee is distinguished for its floral and fruity notes, mandarin oranges, papaya mango, jasmine, and bergamot. Café Unido has made a name for itself in Panama. The company directly sources sustainable beans from more than 15 small farms and has recently opened its first coffee shop in the United States.
We are ready to dive into one of the most notorious and beloved culinary experiences in Panama City, the Chinese dim sum. The Chinese community in Panama began to form in the latter half of the 19th century, in 1854 with the arrival of the Clipper Sea Witch, with the first group of Chinese laborers to work on the Panama Railroad. We are thrilled by how the Chinese dim sum has become part of our Panamanian food repertoire. Favorite dim sum items include shumai, hakao, pork paus, jichi cow, and soy cow, which is a fried dumpling filled with shrimp, a recipe adapted to the Panamanian palate. For decades, Palacio Lung Fung has been key in the process of building a bridge between the Panamanian and the Chinese culture, making the experience a moment of happiness, fun, and enjoyment for all of us.
In Latin America, empanadas are a big thing. Fried, baked, made with wheat or corn flour, there are many options. This Venezuelan place, with 2 locations in Panama City and another soon to open in Miami, serves one of the best empanadas in town. The dough is made from harina pan, the traditional white corn flour used in South America for arepas and empanadas. Their signature empanada is stuffed with pabellón, the Venezuelan national dish, shredded skirt steak cooked in a flavorful sofrito sauce, rice, black beans, cheese, and fried sweet plantains. The dough is rolled out to the perfect thickness to produce a nice, crispy texture when fried. We tried other authentic products like the mandoca, a typical fritter made with plantains, corn, and cheese from the Caribbean coast of Venezuela.
For our authentic Panamanian Criollo dishes, we head off to family-owned El Trapiche, where second-generation chef Domingo de Valdía will prepare our national dish, sancocho, in the traditional way over a wood fire pit. The chicken pieces are sauteed with chopped onions, culantro, seasoned with salt, and then covered in water. When the chicken is cooked, he adds pieces of ñame, a tuber similar to yam, and lets it cook until tender. In Panama, we can enjoy this dish at any moment of the day. It is also our go-to hangover and cold remedy. The national trinity is made of a big bowl of steaming sancocho, white rice, and a fried ripe plantain.
For lunch, we head off to have Israeli street food, followed by an authentic Caribbean food experience, Mexican tropical tacos, and out-of-this-world desserts. Follow us!
Lula is in the historic district of Casco Viejo, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with its colonial architecture, charming rooftops, and cobblestone streets. It is a hub for restaurants and nightlife in our city. Israeli-born chef Ayelet Banish trained in Tel Aviv and Paris, and then moved to Panama 20 years ago. Inspired by her family recipes, she serves Israel-inspired street food using local ingredients, like these corn empanadas stuffed with chicken shawarma and dipped in tahini sauce, a sweet plantain cooked in butter, brown sugar, and citrus juice, spiced with cinnamon, then dipped in tempura mix and fried. We end our visit tasting a Middle Eastern favorite, sabich, served ramen style, a bed of hummus, grilled eggplant, pickled onion, a Scotch egg, and pico de gallo.
One of the theories is that the word Panama means abundance of fish and butterflies in native dialect. And because we are surrounded by thousands of miles of water, fish and seafood are an important part of our food culture. La Tapa del Coco is a temple for Afro-Caribbean cuisine in the city, which has its roots in the islands of the Caribbean, mainly from Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. We arrive here just in time for Isaac to show us his famous fried fish recipe. Whole sea bass or snappers marinated in onions, garlic, white vinegar or lemon juice, curry powder, cumin, parsley, chives, and culantro, then dipped in flour and deep fried. Served typically with a coconut rice with beans and patacones. This is an iconic dish representing the Afro influence in our gastronomy.
La Neta is a taqueria with a tropical twist using local ingredients. Margaritas are prepared with passion fruit or hibiscus flower juice, a perfect pairing for any of the items on the menu. Today, we come for los tacos Don Picaña, filled with top round cap cooked slowly with spices. The tortillas are covered with melted mozzarella cheese and chicharrones, chimichurri, and very thin fried onions. They offer a vegan option with plant-based meat made with beets and locally made vegan cheese, a mole tomatillo sauce with a hint of Panamanian coffee. For a great ending, we tried a Moroccan-inspired taco made with fresh grilled local fish and covered in a tasty tomato sauce, chickpeas, onions, and cilantro.
Panamanians have a sweet tooth, so we are headed to the home of celebrity chef and cookbook author Juquita Arias de Calvo, known for being an ambassador of contemporary Panamanian cuisine. This time we came for desserts, and to begin, a creamy coconut paleta soaked in 4 leche sauce, topped with a perfect scoop of Italian meringue, decorated with edible flowers and gold leaves. Next, tiramisu finished at the table. Layers of delicate ladyfingers and Nutella are soaked with Panamanian geisha coffee and finished with a quenelle of mascarpone and cream and dusted with cocoa. Finally, Juquita's signature baked Alaska with a fudgy brownie base and dulce de leche, chocolate ice cream, silky Swiss meringue, and wrapped in homemade cotton candy. Creative, decadent, delicious. Can't get better than this.
Now, we are headed for the last stretch of this delicious journey. It's dinner time.
Paris-born chef Fabian Migny arrived in Panama 25 years ago, bringing with him his work experience at Michelin-starred restaurants from back home. His place is a favorite spot for traditional French rotisserie chicken, seasoned with only natural ingredients and roasted to perfection. He serves it with tiny potatoes that are slowly bathed with chicken drippings and a fresh green salad of frisée and fresh herbs. We tried his signature pâté, made with whipped chicken livers, cracked black pepper, and covered with pork jelly. Followed by a traditional terrine de campagne made with pork and pistachios, served on crusty bread, cornichon, and Dijon mustard. Finally, a decadent apple tart, caramel sauce, and artisan vanilla ice cream, perfect way to begin our evening food tour.
Panamanian chef Francisco Castro has a passion for local ingredients, traditional recipes, and modern techniques. At Madu, he serves us torrejitas, rich sweet corn fritters that are deep fried and served with a delicate yogurt and tarragon sauce. Next, eggplant baba ganoush, creole sofrito, and local pork chorizo over thin hojaldres, a typical fried bread served commonly at breakfast or in fondas all over the country. Ceviche is widely served and enjoyed in Panama. Madu's ceviches has fresh sea bass, thinly sliced peppers, ginger, red onions, crispy fried strip of purple yam, topped with coconut citrus foam. Finally, grilled jumbo shrimp over guacho, a soupy rice with a thick consistency usually made with pigeon peas, seafood, or smoked pork tail.
A fonda is a food stall, usually found in the countryside during festivals or carnivals. Lo que hay occupies a renovated building in colonial Casco Viejo, with an open kitchen where Le Cordon Bleu trained chef Jose Carles turns simple, humble dishes into a creative, fun culinary experience. First, we try a thin yuca cracker covered with local tuna tartare and onion ceviche, followed by concolon, giant jasmine rice cakes, crispy on one side and stuffed on the other side, served with a smoky tomato sauce. Next, octopus in a coconut milk and curry sauce, served with patacones. For dessert, raspao, shaved ice served with different flavored fruit syrups, sweet condensed milk, and malted milk powder. This is Panama in 4 dishes.
For a perfect finale, we arrive at Maito, the only Panamanian restaurant on the Latin America 50 Best Restaurant list. Chef Mario Castrellon's Spanish, American, Panamanian background has played an important role in his way to approach food. His food is playful, combining local ingredients with the diversity of cultural influences present in our country. Karim Mañola's crispy yuca croquettes filled with delicate beef tartare arrive as we begin our last dinner. Followed by arroz negro maito, a black paella-style dish with grilled calamari and aioli sauce, corn gnocchi with a coconut and pigeon pea sauce and white cheese. Finally, strawberries and cream, a delicate olive oil ice cream, local strawberries in citrus escabeche, cheese cream, and strawberry glass. Simply spectacular.
From our morning world-renowned coffee fix to countless ethnical dishes, our national sancocho cooked authentically over a wood fire, the most decadent desserts, and a great variety of modern Panamanian creations, we've tasted Panama City.
A mix of comfort and tropical elegance, a city with many tastes and colors, it's been a delicious and inspiring journey.